On today's episode of Video Marketing Madness, unique uses for video. And today's episode is made possible by freevideoeditor.co. Are you looking to start doing some of those unique things with video, but you don't know how to edit video? Well, now you can get an editor completely for free and start making your masterpiece right away by heading on over to freevideoeditor.co. We even have a couple of extra really cool graphics and transitions and all that other fun stuff that you might need to make your videos even better. But it all starts by heading on over to freevideoeditor.co and leave off the last M for most. Most. It's the only M word on this. So leave off that last M for most. And with that, are we ready, Steve? Here we go. First time this year. Let's hit the music.
Okay. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
And it's the radio show about video marketing madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper on the Show Radio Network. And if you like the show, give us a review on Apple Podcast. A good review, a 5-star review even.
Yes. Do two. Two
yeah.
of them. We need two of them.
Yeah. Very good. Very, very good.
Yes, indeed. And we can see we've got some of our old favorites are back watching the show live. And for those of you who are listening to this in the future, we do these live on Facebook. So if you follow us on Facebook, you can actually join in on the show as we do it live. Watch us make mistakes. And we usually don't make mistakes, but, on occasion
we
it
make
happens.
a few, occasionally.
Occasionally. But today we're not going to make any mistakes. Now, I probably just cursed us by saying that. But today we're going to talk about unique uses for video because, honestly, most people know the basics of video marketing. We're going to make a video. We're going to put it on YouTube. We're going to rank it to page 1 of Google, and we're going to get a bunch of sales of whatever product that we're promoting. That is a normal use of video that most people know. It works. It's very effective. But there are a lot of other uses for video that you may not be thinking right away. Now, the most obvious one besides the YouTube thing is to put a video on your website. That's a great thing to do, whether it's a sales letter or an intro video, something like that. But it's something that allows you to connect with your audience. So let's talk a little bit about some strange and different things that we can do with video. And I want to start off with something that Facebook has done. They've changed something on your Facebook page, but you may not have noticed it yet because hardly anybody uses it, but it is out there for everybody. If you've got a Facebook page, you can do this. You know those banners at the top of your page where people put a picture of their business, or maybe it's a graphic with their phone number on it and things like that? Well, believe it or not, Steve, and I don't know if you know this or not, but you can actually put a video as your header on the Facebook page. Now, this only works on pages, so don't go try to do it on your personal profile. It has to be one of the Facebook, what we used to call fan pages. Now they call them business pages. You have to go there in order to do this, but it's a great way to be able to start using video on your Facebook page to not only inform people, but to look really cool doing it and to provide people with more information. It's not just a vanity tool, but if you think about it, you now get to put more information on there because you've got 90 seconds of video that you can put all sorts of different information on there. It can also have, the story of your business, just a lot of different things that could make you look good on your Facebook page and hopefully spur more sales because it's going to get attention. It's going to get people taking a look at what you have to do, and it's going to get people the information they need. So it's a very useful tool, aside from the fact that, heck, it's just darn cool. So everybody who has a Facebook business page should be thinking about this, but there is a caveat, of course, and there always is, and this is something that has to do with Facebook itself. Facebook, well, they made it kind of difficult to do this. Because unfortunately, you can't take that nice video that you produced with iMovie last week that's high definition and just throw it up there. Of course not, because that would make things too easy for you. So what Facebook requires you to do is you have to have a video that fits a certain format. And the format is a very strange one. It's like 832 by 312. So it's this weird, wide, skinny it's a short and wide platform of the video that you have to create, and it has to be the correct one, otherwise it's not going to work. And go there and believe it or not, I think they do this on purpose to keep people from doing things. I used to say this about YouTube. I think they go out of their way to make things difficult so that only the people willing to put in the time and effort are going to be able to do it. But I've noticed, looking around Facebook, going to very high-profile Facebook pages, nobody's using this yet. Now, I have it on most of my pages. My Animate Your Logo page has a nice animated header. The Instant Spokesperson one has that. My Ray the Video Guy one has that. So most of the pages that I deal with, I've put them on there because it is a very cool thing that you can add to the page. Looks very professional, and it just helps you to stand apart. But, going to top brands, they don't have this yet. So it's very, very... I want to say it's new, but it's not new. It's actually been around for a little while, but it's been rolled out to everybody now, and nobody is really using it yet because it is kind of difficult to create that. So the way that you need to create something like that is you need to go into your video editor and set the size of your video to that format, which is that 832 by 312 or whatever it is. And Facebook tells you exactly what it is. If you go there, if you try to upload a video, it's going to tell you the size formats that it accepts, and it accepts a couple of different ones. But they're a very funky format, and most people have no idea how to create that in their video editing program. So what you have to do is go into your video editor and create a custom size. So instead of choosing, 1080 HD or 720 HD or whatever it happens to be that you like, go in there, hit the custom button, and pretty much every video editor should have this ability to make a custom size for your video, put in that Facebook format, and then create your video. The other thing that you can do, of course, is create that specially formatted size, bring in an existing video, and then that way you can kind of manipulate it so it fits in there. For instance, for a client that I just did one for the other day, they had a really cool video, and all I had to do for that one is put it in the video editor and just kind of mask out the center so that you can only see the center, because there wasn't much going on in the top and bottom, so it worked out really well. For my Instant Spokesperson one, what I actually did was I created a full screen background for that size, and then I took an existing video and shrunk it down so it kind of sits like a window on the background. And so that way you see the full video. And then, of course, next to that we put information and text, and it animates, and it just looks really, really cool. And it does, it does a fantastic job, and it just, it just sets you apart. And if you're a local marketer or some sort of marketer who helps other businesses, this is an opportunity to do something that most businesses don't have. And believe me, when you go to John the Plumber, and you can say, hey, you know what, you're going to be the only guy that does this because nobody else has it. It's something they like and they're willing to pay for. Now, you're not going to make $1 million off of doing this unless you do a, $250,000 different videos, but you can do really well with this, and it's very, very quick and easy. One client that I just did it for, it took me literally 5 minutes to put the whole thing together. And so it was well worth the time and effort. And of course, now I have it, because I did that, I now have an example I can show people, so I can start selling this service to other people. And, when you've got something that's unique and that's cool and people want it, that's when you're going to make sales. Everybody might need a client relationship management tool, but it's not fun. It's not something they're excited about. They get excited about things like animated backgrounds that they can put in there. They get excited about these cool features that, they'll help their business, but they want the cool factor, and they want to, it's an emotional thing. And so it's definitely a product that you want to start to offer people. Great foot in the door. You start getting them to do that. Now you can sell them other services that you provide. So it's a great way to use video to bolster that. Okay, so another unique use of video has to do with Facebook Live. And recently I've been saying this for ages, but I really have started to take my Facebook pages a little more seriously for my businesses. And one of the unique things that I have, and I mentioned the Animate Your Logo page, I mentioned the Instant Spokesperson page, what they have that's unique in some ways to most businesses is that I have just a ton of videos that I can use. All the different animated logos that I've made over the years, all the different Instant Spokesperson videos we've made over the years. Those are now each individual videos that can be used for marketing the service on Facebook. So if we made an animated logo for product X, well, now we can use that and show them, hey, look at this video we did for product X. We can do this for you. It's only $99. Click here. And that's a great Facebook post. So what I actually did was I took the animated logos which we have, which are hundreds. I took the instant spokesperson videos that we have, which is hundreds, and I used a tool called Sochi Livestream. Now, there's a few different tools that can do this. This happens to be the one that I was using at the time. And what this program does is it allows you to take existing videos and broadcast them out as if they're live. So what I did was I scheduled one video for Animate Your Logo to go out every single day at about noon as a live video. And it's only about 10 to 30 seconds long. But every day a live video goes out. Instant spokesperson, all those videos are 30 to 50 seconds long. We did the same thing every single day at 2 o'clock. It streams out a video. And why is this exciting? Well, we saw growth in about 20,000% growth when we started doing this, which I know sounds crazy, but I did. I posted some information about this because we literally did. We had about 20,000% growth on each of those channels in the amount of reach that we had and in the number of people that saw what we were posting and interacting and things like that. So it's been a huge growth system for those Facebook pages, and it's a very unique thing to do. Not a lot of people are doing it. Now, there are some caveats to this because I want to be upfront with everything. Technically speaking, if you're doing an existing video and uploading it through Facebook live streaming, you are supposed to tell people, you're not supposed to lead them into thinking it's a live video. You're supposed to let them know that it's a recorded video. So take that into consideration when you're doing this, that, people need to know that it's not a live video based off of what Facebook wants you to do. But it is very, very effective. It works extremely, extremely well. Now, sticking with our Facebook Live, we all know that webinars can be an extremely popular way to grow your business, to make sales, to get people to join, whatever it is that you happen to be doing. Very popular, whether you're using something like GoToWebinar or Webinar Jam and you're setting up these webinars, people like to come to webinars, and when they come to a webinar, they tend to buy things. And the reason that they buy things is because you've got them in this private group. You're hitting them from every angle on a certain product. You're showing them everything. You're answering their questions, and it just fosters a much closer relationship with the potential buyer. And then, of course, once they understand that it's a product that will work for them, they make a purchase. So why not take an existing recording and use that in a Facebook Live? Take that webinar, put it into your whatever system that you happen to use to play pre-recorded videos. Again, you can make sure that this is a replay so that they don't think it's actually live. And by the way, it could actually be live. You could do an actual live webinar on Facebook. But in this case, we're talking about a pre-existing one. Broadcast it out to the world and then take questions. And it can work just like a webinar. In fact, we've done that a number of times, and that's really been effective for us. We've new products that have come out that have had a webinar. We've made a recording of it, and then we've posted it on Facebook as a live stream, and people join in, and then they purchase the product because they get to see all of the ins and outs of that particular product. We're there, so if they ask questions, we can answer them right there. And again, going back to that, you can do this live. You can, if you've got the right tools, for instance, the tool that we're using to broadcast this called Mimo Live, we can we could put a PowerPoint presentation in here and broadcast it live, do an actual webinar, answer questions live, and that can be extremely effective as well. We do that quite often with things like reviews. If there's a new product, we'll do a live review. It's not really a webinar at that point, but it is a live review. We show the product, we talk about the product, we answer questions, and it just helps to foster more sales. And again, we've all heard it before. You want people to know, like, and trust you, and what better way to do that than to interact with them live when you're showing them a product. So it can be an extremely effective way of doing that. Now, another unique thing that you can do is on the other side is to start using YouTube in the same manner. You've probably all heard before that when you upload a video to YouTube, you might do well, you might rank well, but if you live stream that video, you get a boost and you can actually do better with your marketing. So why not use a tool that actually allows you to do that? Take an existing video, upload it to YouTube as a live stream, and get that extra boost. Now, the great thing about that is, once again, you could do the live webinar thing. If you can get an audience on there, they can be asking questions. And with some of the features that YouTube has added, like Super Chat, you do one of those live videos on the, live on YouTube, people can actually pay you to get their question answered quicker so that their question shows up. And if you haven't seen that yet, it's definitely something worth taking a look at. If you can get an audience, the Super Chat is a way to make money while you're doing it. Now, Steve, I'd ask you, what kind of unique things have you done with videos in the past? Steve's sleeping. There he goes.
I'm here. I was just taking notes. And by the way, speaking of taking notes, the podcast notes will be in the comments section on
Excellent.
Ray's page. What I do a lot of is I take podcasts and repurpose them. I do slideshow videos.
Yeah.
I just tell, I work a lot with attorneys. I tell them, send me every picture you've ever taken, and we make a slideshow out of it. I keep them to 5 minutes, and then I do the usual social media backlinks. And then also I have a tool for getting people to Google on the keywords that I'm using, go out and find that video and watch it. And I'm finding that with medium competition keywords, I'm getting them on page 1 of Google. But I'm also finding that with competitive keywords, I'm getting them to move up in Google.
Nice.
And my hope is that eventually they'll be on page 1. So the combination of backlinks and real views, keep it to 5 minutes, is working really well for repurposing podcasts.
Yeah, and that's a great example. Taking something that already exists, in this case a podcast, and turning it into a video and using it in that manner can definitely be a great way to kind of do something unique with videos. And there's a lot of these creative things that you can do. So it doesn't just have to be the things that we've talked about here. For instance, just using videos that you have and posting them once a day. Doing a live broadcast once a day. Maybe, if you've got the tools to be able to do it, why not do a live broadcast in the morning for, if you're a plumber, why not do, the Plumbing Minute and tell people some of the unique things that they may not know about plumbing, how to protect their sink, how to protect, how to make sure their dishwasher doesn't leak, whatever it happens to be. You can do these very unique things with all these video tools that are out there. And in this case, all you'd really need is your phone for doing something like that. You could just pick up your phone, do a live video, and start recording some of those things out there. And then, of course, some of the other things that you can do with video is to make sure that it goes out everywhere. So if you're doing a Facebook Live like that, why not take that Facebook Live video, put it on YouTube, then start to do things on YouTube with it. Put it on Vimeo, put it on whatever other video service you happen to know of. Share it with all of the different social media sites, and you're going to get a lot more reaction from people. You're going to get your video seen by more people. And believe it or not, I've gotten phone calls from people before who said, "Oh, I was watching your video on MetaCafe and I had to give you a call," and and it's like, wow, okay, people actually do see these things out there. So, don't forget that these other sites are top 50, top 100 websites in the world. These sites like Dailymotion and Vimeo and MetaCafe and all these different sites, they're very much active top sites. Now, another thing that you can do, if you can broadcast on Facebook, you can also broadcast on Periscope. Why not do that, once a day? Go in and start doing some Periscope recordings. So many different things that you can do to get your message out there. Whether it's repurposing that podcast, or repurposing old videos, live streaming them out, posting them to your social media, creating a page on your website specifically for these types of things. One other unique thing that we actually have, and it's a tool actually that I actually had built, which is a plugin for your website that takes your live videos and posts them to your website while it's live. So literally, you could tell people, go to raythevideoguy.com/live to watch our live presentation. We go live on Facebook. As we're going live on Facebook, that video is also on my website. No distractions. We can put buy buttons. We can put other information. So it's a very cool way to take a live stream and be able to use it in a different manner. So that's a great thing that you can do. Another thing that you can do that's I don't know if I'd call it unique per se, but it's something that not a lot of people are doing but can be very effective, is to simulcast your videos. And again, we're going to put a caveat out here. Technically speaking, according to Facebook's terms of service, you can't stream to Facebook and another website at the same time. So you couldn't have one live stream going and broadcast to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. They don't want you doing that. Can you do it? Yeah, you could do it. But if they catch you doing that, there could be, some problems with that. It is against their terms of service. But what you can do is you can use a software such as LiveLeap. Now, if you don't know what LiveLeap is, it's a software that we use every time we go live. And what it does is, much like my software that broadcasts directly to your website, LiveLeap will take your live video and automatically share it to a variety of Facebook pages and Facebook groups. So for instance, if you're doing, in the case of this show here, we're broadcasting live to my personal profile, but at the same time that we're doing that, it's being automatically shared to other websites such as, to other Facebook pages such as the Ray the Video Guy or the Video Marketing Madness or, Animate Your Logo, whatever it happens to be. It's broadcasting live here and automatically being shared live on some of these other locations so that those audiences can see your video as it goes live and, of course, see the recording afterwards once it's no longer live. So it's a great way to do that. Now for something completely different. One other thing that you can do with Facebook Live that people don't realize, and this is something that I've played around with. I'm telling you about it, but I haven't personally done this for real yet. I've done it for practice. I've done it for fun, but you can actually do this as an actual business, and it's something that we're looking into doing right now. Is how would you like to have your own 24-hour TV station? I mean, that sounds kind of cool, right? If you have the content to provide. Well, believe it or not, you can have in Facebook what's called an ambient live stream. Now, what this means is normally when you go live on Facebook, we go live just like we do now. If we were to go on and talk for 4 hours, we'd get cut off. Okay? After 4 hours, Facebook will automatically end your live stream. Now, with the software we're using right here, what would happen is it would cut us off at 4 hours and it would immediately go live again. So there'd be a little gap, but we'd go right back to being live again. And so now we've got another 4 hours, and then it would go. But with a Facebook ambient live stream, what that means is they don't record your video. Okay, so what I mean by that is when we do this live stream, this show is going to be a half hour long or whatever. After we're done, Facebook will turn this into a normal video that'll be on the page. So people can go back and watch that video. With an ambient live stream, they don't record it, so there's nothing afterwards. It just once you stop going live, it's gone forever. But what you can do is you can go live for as long as you want. You can go live for the next 5 years straight and never stop. So what this allows you to do is create your own TV channel, essentially. So imagine that you have your Facebook page and you've got all these great videos. Well, you could take all these videos, put them into, in our case here with the software we actually have a tool that you just drag in videos and it creates a playlist and it'll just play them, and you can even loop it. So let's say we had 4 hours worth of content, we could bring it in there and every 4 hours it would just start over and just keep looping like a live TV station, and it would just keep going forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And because it's an ambient live stream, it would not get cut off after 4 hours, and you could keep going all weekend long. You could keep going all year long if you wanted to, as long as you didn't, lose power or your computer didn't shut off, whatever it happened to be. But you can actually go live for longer periods of time. And we've actually thought about doing this, and something that I want to talk to a few different people about putting together is why not have a variety of marketing materials? Whether it's, maybe it's an interview show, a marketing interview show, and then maybe it's a training and a bunch of other trainings. Put them into a live stream that just goes live 24 hours a day that people can tune into and watch these different shows as they go live, just like you could, turning on your TV and watching Fox or NBC or what have you. So that's a very unique thing. We've tested it out. We've gone live for 4 or 5 days straight nonstop just to see what would happen, and it worked perfectly fine. And, it's very cool. It just kept looping the same videos over and over again in a playlist. And so if you were somebody who could create, your own 24-hour newscast or whatever, you could be the next CNN right on Facebook Live. So it's a great way to be able to do some fun stuff.
Cool.
Whew. Do you think we talked enough, Steve? I've been yapping here for 30 minutes straight.
There's a lot of great ideas here, Ray.
Well, there is, and it's things that people don't think about very often, but what we would like to know is, what do you think? Do you have ideas of creative things you do with videos that you use in your business? We'd love to hear it. So, of course, if you're on the Facebook Live, simply post down below because we'd like to hear it there. But you can also send us messages on our Facebook pages or even email us or, call me on the phone, send me a carrier pigeon message, whatever you want to do to let us know what you do with video that's unique. And we'd appreciate that. Maybe we'll even talk about it on a future episode.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, good show, Ray. And it's the radio show about video.
It's the radio show where Ray talks and doesn't shut up for 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, this was good stuff. Video Marketing Madness, Earn.Show Radio Network. If you like us, leave us a Apple Podcast review. And today's show made possible by
freevideoeditor.co. If you're looking to start doing videos, you want to create them and you want to edit them and you want to make them look really good, well, you need a video editing program, and unfortunately, many of them are very expensive. But not at freevideoeditor.co. See, there you can download our free Shotcut video editor, which is a great open source editor that anybody can download for Mac, PC, or Linux, and you can start editing like a pro right away. We even have some great bonuses that go along with it, so all you have to do is head on over to freevideoeditor.co and leave off the last M for... we don't have any M words there, Steve. What are we going to do? Leave off the last M for... million, 600 million. So leave off the last M for million at freevideoeditor.co. There you go.
And if you're listening to the audio podcast, you're probably thinking, what are those guys doing? There's on our video, Facebook Live, there's a crawler at the bottom.
Yes, there's a news crawler at the bottom, and we look for whatever word begins with M as we do the advertisement. But sometimes there isn't one there. Oh, no. What are you going to do?
That puts us on the spot.
Yes.
So do we have the rap?
We do not have the rap version right now, so we can't do the rap version, unfortunately. We had some technical issues. I had to rebuild the Facebook Live show platform, and I'm not sure where the rap one is, so I have to go dig it out somewhere.
I have to find it. So that's why we weren't here last week. We're at the last minute. Ray went, oops.
Yep. No, so those things happen, but we're back.
They do.
We're back in action, and we're ready to have a great 2018, and we hope that you do as well. Hope you had a great holiday season, a great Christmas, a great Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever it is you celebrate. We hope you had fun. Hope you had a great New Year, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time on Video Marketing Madness. Let's hit that music.
He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.